We want to go to Capitol Hill now and talk to Republican Senator John McCain. Senator, good morning.
Good morning, Harry.
First off, is health care, as the Democrats understand it right now, is it dead?
Well, certainly, I think the product and the process, hopefully, is dead. The process of buying votes through bribery and special deals behind closed doors should stop. And the product, obviously, has been rejected by the majority of the American people if you look at polling data. So we are more than happy to sit down and start over. Not scale back, but start over in a true negotiating process, rather than the Democrats going back to trying to pick off one or two Republicans.
Do you think this was the major miscalculation of President Obama's first year in his administration?
I think it was a major miscalculation, not only the way they went about trying to get this legislation passed on a strictly partisan basis, but also neglecting what's the majority of Americans' concern, and that is jobs and the economy.
Let's talk for a moment about the election of Scott Brown. What do you think it means? We just heard President Obama say he thought he was swept into office on the same sort of sentiment of anger and dissatisfaction of the American people. Was it the same?
I think I can say from experience, I think there was anger and dissatisfaction in the 2008 election, but I think the dissatisfaction and anger is focused on the process and the lack of change that would bring the American people into a more transparent process. And instead, it's the old-time Chicago-style sausage making, which is very unsavory. Again, in my town hall meetings around Arizona, people are as angry about the Cornhusker kickback and the Louisiana Purchase and all the stuff behind closed doors where the president promised C-SPAN in the room and total transparency. So the process they're as mad at as the product.
You ever wish the clock could be turned back 14 months or so?
No, that's behind me. I've moved on, and I'm a happy man, Harry.
Your pal Nicole Wallace said the real reason Scott Brown was elected was his appeal to independence. Is there a warning here in both President Obama's election and in Scott Brown's election that attention only to orthodoxy comes at its peril?
No, I agree. And also, I think we were punished in 2008 because we Republicans allowed spending to get completely out of control. And we betrayed independents and part of our base. So, yes, independents have not come over to Republicans yet. Independents are still out there, and they're going to make a decision issue by issue, election by election. And they're, as you know, the largest growth voting bloc in America.
Well, last but not least, I watched you yesterday in some of the hearings on Capitol Hill, on the hearings on the Delta flight terrorist attack. You want somebody held accountable. Do you think it will happen?
If it's business as usual in Washington, everyone will be responsible, so no one will be held responsible. It's very disappointing.
Senator John McCain, pleasure to see you, sir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That was nice.